welcome to episode number 134 of the Still Spinning podcast. It is Dan and Nicole with you. We are in the midst of the Olympics. I've got my outside lights set to red, white, and blue.
Do you really?
Yeah. It was Mardi Gras. It was Fat Tuesday yesterday. Mm-hmm. So I thought about changing them to a Mardi Gras color just for yesterday,
sure.
And which I normally would, but when the Olympics on, the Olympics win, so it stayed red, white, and blue.
100%.
Yep, and then all my neighbors now are copying me. It's kind of funny how I've never talked to you about the lighting wars. Not even wars, but like I have for years like outside lights that change colors based on whatever, like the season or whatever. And I've had this for years because I've had like my smart home for a long time. So now, and then I've noticed that my neighbors started like copying but they actually do it by like going out and physically changing bulbs, the ones right across the street. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So that
is commitment.
We all pretty much have 3 lights on the outside of our house in my neighborhood. We have the porch light and the 2 lights. There's a light on the left side and the right side of the garage. That's pretty standard for my neighborhood. And so, and mine are all, I can change them like from inside the house, right? Like when we have a delivery, here's how weird I am with this stuff, Nicole. We have a delivery driver coming. You can depending on which service you're using, I think it works with DoorDash, either DoorDash or Grubhub, but also like Domino's Pizza, which we don't order from very often. The only reason we order is so I could test out this system. But like you can log into the API, which means as their driver is approaching, my outside lights change from whatever color they all are, right? Red, white, blue, or whatever, to all white. So it's bright for them. They will leave once the delivery is marked as complete. It goes back to whatever it was before.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's how geeky I am with the outside lights. Anyway, now, and then the guy down the street got those lights that attach to your gutter. So now he's got hundreds of like the automated lights. And then I had mine red, white, and blue and nobody else did. Well, a day later, now everybody's red, white, and blue. So I swear they drive by my house and go, oh yeah, red, white, and blue. We got to do this,
You are a trendsetter, Dan.
I am. So
people see what you're doing with your lighting and they're like, I must compete.
Yes.
It's a competition.
It is. And speaking of competition, what a segue, Nicole.
Thank you.
Olympics are going on.
I love the Olympics.
Yeah, I'm not really.
No?
I mean, it's fine, whatever. It's different now. It used to be when we were growing up, because you were, so talk about what you were talking about before, because I think that's a very interesting.
Yeah, and we were just talking about this yesterday, Paul and I. When we were growing up, we only saw whatever they edited down and put on television, right? So for the Olympic coverage was just usually prime time. So 7 p.m. would start, and you would see whatever events that they decided you should see. And they would whittle down a 3-hour event into like the highlights kind of thing.
Right.
Now you can literally watch not only the events by whatever category, but you can also watch just the venue feed. If you just want to watch the venue feed and not get any of the commentary, you have that option. So it's a little overwhelming for me to just have all of the options. And quite honestly, I'm a little appreciative of some of the editing that they did because we've now just started. We'll just watch the finals.
Right.
We just want to watch where's the medal race actually happening?
So it's funny you said that because when I was growing up, you used to have to watch everything. Mm-hmm. Like you said, you watch what they wanted you to watch, and you didn't get to. Most of it wasn't even live.
Oh no!
Like they would say 7:00 tonight, we're going to show you all the highlights from today's Olympics, and you would just sit there and watch them. Every now and then, like Miracle on Ice, there were things like when there was a big gold medal event, you could watch it live.
Yeah.
But it wasn't common. Now, you probably growing up I'm assuming you listened to it on the radio.
Oh.
I'm
like 2 years older than you, so you just calm down, buddy. But also I grew up in Iowa, so it is a fair assumption. We had 3 channels,
We had, so did we. We had 4, 6, and 8 where we were.
I don't remember the numbers, but I do remember the antenna where you'd have to turn it. And then you'd hear it on the roof. Oh,
you had a fancy one.
Oh, yeah.
Ours wasn't. Well, we were in the city, so we didn't have to do so much directional and tuning like you guys probably did. But So let's talk about some of the things going on at the Olympics. And I would like
There's some stuff going on.
I would like to start with, let's talk about the good first.
Oh, okay.
The women's hockey team. I generally, and this, I don't even want to get into this argument, but women's hockey is generally boring to me because women's hockey is more like the pure hockey. Like it is
less violence.
Yeah. Which is why it's boring to me. But in the Olympics, everything is supposed, like even the men's hockey, they're not supposed to fight. If you fight, you're out. Like it's not like a penalty. It's not like regular hockey. It's not like NHL hockey where you got to go sit for 2 minutes. You start fighting, you're out of the game. So,
oh, wow.
So it's all Olympic hockey is the more traditional hockey. But I'm telling you, this women's hockey team is so fun to watch. They have now 5 shutouts in a row.
Oh, wow.
Nobody has scored against. They now have the record for longest period of Olympic play where nobody has scored a goal against them.
That's cool.
I don't know if you're not a hockey fan, you probably don't understand how insane that is. Like that is crazy. And they're not like 1-0 games, 2-0. They're blowouts. They're mostly 5-0 games. I think their last 5 or 6 games, they're all like 5-0, and one of them was like 6-0. So It's not like they're just squeaking by. They are dominating every other hockey team, and it is so fun to watch. They are so, and I mean, I'm just watching now going, well, someone's got to score a goal against them. And when they do, everyone's going to go, oh, they're off. Their game's off today. That's insane that nobody has scored a goal against them. Like accidentally somebody should score a goal, right? Like
the odds are.
How do you go 6 hockey games where nobody has scored a goal against you? I'm sorry, 5 hockey games. That's actually 5.5 because when the last goal was scored, but still, that's crazy. So
yeah.
I'm really enjoying watching. So again, I wouldn't like go here in the United States. I probably wouldn't say, I'm going to go watch the women's hockey game. I say maybe I would. I don't know. It's a more pure hockey. It's like the way hockey is quote unquote designed, right? It's like written on paper. This is how you play hockey, and it's the more technical hockey.
Nice.
But again, in the Olympics, the men have to do that too. So,
I love it when there's some sort of record being, not just like a speed record or whatever. We were watching the pairs figure skating yesterday, and the Japanese, up until yesterday, had never won a medal in pairs figure skating.
Really?
Ever. And the team, spoiler, if you haven't watched figure skating, don't listen. They won gold. And he broke down. He was just sobbing. And I'm pretty sure she was in shock or a zombie. She literally they were just like people hugging her and she wasn't even responding to it. And then for the men's skating, the guy that won was from Kazakhstan, and I'm pretty sure they had never won one in the Winter Olympics. There was for no
ever in
anything?
No,
this is Georgia. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Also in pairs figure skating, for any event in the Winter Olympics, Georgia had never won a medal, and they won bronze yesterday. And
I do like that. Yeah.
It's really just cool to watch someone achieve something like that. And clearly for the Japanese, the male of the pair, he was feeling it, right? Not just for himself and not just his win, but for his whole country. It was just really cool. I just think there's something really cool about
I do too. Like
that kind of stuff.
That's again, though, the Olympics that we watched growing up, that sort of takes you back to that. And again, the reason that I'm less excited about the Olympics today is that everything, like, it's so, I don't know what the word I'm looking for. It doesn't feel like, it feels like these are all professionals, right?
Oh, sure.
Like when we were growing up, and it's probably not true, but I feel like all the Olympians had like regular jobs, right?
Yeah.
Right. Like this, she was working at Dairy Queen and then she would go practice on the ice. Like, that's probably not true, but that's what it
probably
felt.
Isn't, but I
get
get
it. Felt like. And now you've got like, here in Milwaukee, we have the Pettit Ice Center. We have like an insane Olympic ice training center that people are there now training for the Olympics 8 years from now, right? Like there's kids. So I don't know. It just feels different now, but I do like watching other countries when they've never won a medal, or somebody, you know, small country, and they're bringing a medal back home to their country. We don't care about it here in the U.S., right? We're like, oh, but when a country has like no economy and you bring back a gold medal worth like half your country's economy, that's pretty good. That's pretty neat to watch. So
it's very cool to watch. Unlike the cheaters. Blame Canada. Blame Canada.
Somebody,
have you seen the cheating controversy? The supposed cheating.
Yeah. Somebody put on. I saw on a Facebook feed. Somebody was talking about it, and somebody said, I'm going to blame Canada and all their curling hullabaloo. And I wrote on there. I'm like, oh, we're just letting Anne Murray off the hook now.
Yeah.
And then somebody else came in and went, oh, she's totally a bitch.
Yeah.
And so like now. I'm waiting. I swear to God, I'm waiting for somebody to come in and go, why would you attack Anne Murray like that? I just know somebody's going to come in and do that, right? Because they have no idea what we're talking about, but we're quoting the South Park movie. So curling.
All events.
The great thing about curling, now this year it's not so much, but usually it's like fat old people playing. Like curling is the one sport, like it's still the one that did I ever tell you? Did you know I did curling for a couple of years? Yeah. And I did that with the intention of going to the Olympics, because I'm like, if there's a chance, like this is the last sport. If I'm going to go to the Winter Olympics,
this is what I've got a shot in.
Like this is the only one left that I can do. And and it didn't quite work out. But
alas,
it is a lot. It is fun. But. So the Canadians are supposedly, now I say supposedly because all the headlines keep saying supposedly. But there is clear video. It's not even a question. Like why? And then so when you're curling, there's the green line, and that's called the hog line. That is where you'll watch them curl. They'll push off the rock, they'll have the rock, they'll be holding it in their hands, and they will add a little curl to when they let go of this, they'll let go, put a little extra spin or not enough spin depending what you're trying to do. But you have to let go of the rock, the handle of the rock, by the time you touch the hog line. And in fact, they've got new fancy sensors in the curling. Ooh. Yeah, they're like, they light up green. So but if you let go and you're over the hog line, it's red, and they're supposed to just wipe the stone out right away, so it doesn't go hit anything else. Anywho, the Canadian, and that being said, you are not allowed, once the stone is moving forward, or once the rock is moving forward, you're not allowed to touch the granite ever.
Yeah,
ever. Like there's no
reason.
Yeah, if you let go of the handle halfway down and you want to grab it again, you can do that as long as it's before the hog line. You can't ever touch the granite. Well, the Canadians are on video. It is clear as day. He reaches down and he touches the granite with his finger. And a lot of people are like, well, what's that going to do? It can do a lot. It puts more spin on it. It's not, if you say you don't understand what that could do, that just means you've never done curling before, because extra spin can do a lot. And he reached down, he kind of flicked it with his finger. There's no doubt he did it. This is where I'm getting very confused about this, because then the Norwegians are talking to the Canadians. Remember the Canadian told them to F off and all this kind of stuff. Have you seen
I haven't.
Oh, man, yeah. No, there was controversy about that, because one of the Norwegians was calling him out in the next game. And he's like, I didn't do that. What are you talking about? And they're like, well, yes, you did do that. We saw you do that. And he's like, and the Canadian told him to F off.
Oh,
and he had to apologize for all, but he was mic'd up and everything. But So he's defending. He's like, I didn't do it. I'm like, dude, I watched you do it. Don't tell me. But
here's my question, and here's why I say alleged. Because how do we know the video is real? Like at this point, I don't trust anything anymore.
Yeah, there's.
You know what I mean? But apparently now the women have been caught doing the same thing, which seems a little suspicious.
What's going on, Canada?
Right, exactly. Like, Canada, how are you teaching how to play curling? Apparently it's a little different than everybody else
in the world, because you can't touch the rock once you cannot ever touch the granite of the rock.
Yeah.
Once it's moving forward, you can't touch it. But
if they haven't been disqualified.
Well,
You know what I mean?
Okay, but here's the thing. So the video, they don't have officials. They don't generally have officials.
Because it's a gentleman's sport?
It is. And you're supposed to call these out yourselves. And generally most people do. They just happen to have a video of it. Like they have officials, but the officials don't stand there for every game, every throw, they rotate around, and there wasn't anybody there when he was throwing it. So even though it's on video, and the problem is the video is as clear as you can get, and
it really is.
The Olympic people are like, well, we don't know that we didn't no official witnessed it. I'm like, what do you mean no official witness? Open your eyes. Here's the camera.
You're witnessing it right now.
Okay, so now
what
apparently,
a controversy.
Yeah. So now apparently for all the Canadian games, they've been putting officials have been hanging around a little bit more for the Canadian games. Apparently,
there is some crazy stuff happening this year at the Olympics because you've got Canada Gate, Canada Gate, and Penis Gate. We talked a little bit about the fly suits and how they were adding extra fabric to the fly suits.
Right, for the ski jumpers?
For the ski jumpers. Well, apparently there is a claim that some of the athletes in that event were injecting acid into their male organs.
What?
So that when they're measured for their suits, it's slightly larger, which is what leads to the additional fabric. Now, and they're putting hydraulic acid into their
hydraulic acid.
That's what it says. Let me double check that. Yeah, no. Well, HYALUR hyaluronic.
Okay, because it's not
that's
hydraulic.
Maybe hydraulic would be funny though.
Hydraulic fluids.
So a lot of strange things happening at the Olympics this year.
They're injecting it in to make their suits.
So they're injecting it in before they get measured for their suits, so that their member.
This is what I'm talking about. This is going back. So now it's all about the suit, right? It's all about an extra 2 inch of fabric on the suit and how that makes a big difference. Back in our day, Nicole, that didn't matter. Like you'd wear shorts and a t-shirt doing the ski jump if you wanted to. Like it was just, it was whatever you felt comfortable with. Now we're at a point where 2 inches of fabric can make you fly 1/1,000,000th of an inch further, and that might let you win.
Oh, I'm sure there's a lot of study that goes into the suits, the skis, all of the things. We were watching the high jump yesterday, the one where they launch off and go really far.
Yeah, ski jump.
Jump. And it was supposed to be best 2 out of 3, but the conditions got really bad. So they just called it, and they were like, well, we're just going to go with the results after the second round.
Oh, and
I think that sucks. I think that really sucks. It was like, oh man, if you have a system of how it works.
Yeah.
So they just ended it. I don't know how much controversy that caused.
Why? Because it got too dangerous?
Yeah, it was too dangerous.
Ski jumping got too dangerous?
I know, right? Mm-hmm.
Like, how much more dangerous does it have to get where they go, this is getting crazy?
They had a line of like 40 people with leaf blowers blowing off it's pretty funny to watch, actually, blowing off the track, but they just couldn't keep it clear. Like, it was really snowing.
They're doing that for the bobsledding, too, where they have like the people who drop the brooms in and they're like sweeping it, which and then one of them dropped their broom. So a bobsledder accidentally hit one of the brooms going like 70 miles an hour.
Was he okay?
I think he just hurt his leg, but
jeez.
The run doesn't stop because you can't. So,
right.
So.
Oh, man. There's a lot of danger at the Olympics.
I was watching video of the, speaking of the clothing that they're wearing, I watched a video of the 1980? One was Lake Placid in the United States.
I love that you think I would know.
Well, it was one of the was it the last one? No, because Utah or Salt Lake City had Winter Olympics.
Didn't Park City have?
I don't know. I don't remember how. But anyway, it was like 1980. We had the Winter Olympics in the United States, and I think it was 1980, but it was Lake Placid. I know it was Lake Placid, and they had. So speaking of the outfits, you know how the all the teams kind of wear the same outfits when they come out and do the for the opening ceremony.
Oh yeah, like they're all team dressed, uniform or whatever.
Yeah, they're all dressed kind of the same. Well, so the team uniform from 1980 was They were dressed Levi Strauss.
Nice.
So all of the Olympic participants came out in like cowboy hats, white, these white fur coat things, and all wearing blue jeans.
That's cool.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I think those outfits are a big deal because they all have the same thing now.
Yeah.
Like all the snowboarders are in the same, all of the skiers, all, you know.
Yeah, but this one, everybody. So the entire American Olympic team,
when they do the
when they came out and walked
the opening ceremonies.
Yeah.
They still do that. I believe Ralph Lauren does it now.
Yes, but it was Levi Strauss, and they were all wearing blue jeans. Although I got to think that's got to be pretty boring if you're the host team because you're first out. And you're
it's so long.
You got to just sit there. So
talk about something I'm glad they edited.
Yes, right.
Was the opening ceremony?
Yeah, we never had to watch like Iran come out when we were growing up, right? You never had.
We didn't make it to the eyes.
Yeah, it's like we just got to see the United States. We got to see like Canada, England. We got to see like all the countries anybody cared about, and then we didn't have to watch Uzbekistan.
Yeah. Speaking of the Olympic Games, Dan, love is in the air. It's all around us everywhere. Oh, it's not love. It might be lust, though. The Olympic Village, in just 3 days, ran out of the condom supply they had for the athletes. They were temporarily depleted due to higher than anticipated demand. Additional supplies are being delivered and will be distributed across all villages. They then will be continuously replenishing them.
Yeah.
They had, and by the way,
how many did they go through? Did it say? It
said they wouldn't give an exact number, but they did say it was less than 10,000 for the 2,871 athletes. And apparently in Paris, they had 300,000 available.
Yeah. That feels
but there
more
were
right.
A lot more athletes for some reason.
Well, it's the Summer Olympics too.
Oh, sure. There's different. But yeah,
I as much as that we sit here and laugh about this, like how do you not? Of course, that's going to happen because you have all of these like young, super fit. I mean, super athletic, really good looking. Yeah. Exactly. Like, yeah, people, think about the recipe that you're brewing here. So young, super fit, super athletic, strangers on a train. You're never going to see them again, right? Like, there are people who like, well, I got to get one from every one of the former Soviet republics. And then you just tell I'm guessing you would just tell the girl, hey, I'm trying to get one from every one of the former, and they would go, okay. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's completely, you're never going to see these people again. You have created a recipe for
if you're going outside your own discipline. Inside your own discipline, I think these people spend a lot of time together. We were talking about this a little bit before where you said, they just work at the Dairy Queen and then do this on their off time. Yeah. But so much of the commentary is listening to snowboarding the other day. And so much of the commentary is how these athletes all train together, even though they're from different countries.
Right.
They train in the same places. So they're friends and they see each other all the time. Cause it's not just the Olympics that a lot of these athletes compete at. There's all different kinds of events that they're competing at. So they see each other a lot. So I think you got to go interdisciplinary.
Yeah. Where you're never the right word, where you're like the ski jumpers are never going to see the hockey players. Right?
Exactly.
That's all good, I guess. But
yeah, I just thought it was really funny.
You could not create a scenario that is more right. Like that, the recipe you've created is exactly that. So
it's a stew.
It is. It's a stew.
There was also, let me see where he was from. Because I thought that this was a first. He was a Norwegian biathlete, won a medal, and used his medal time to tell his home country how sorry he was that he cheated on his girlfriend.
Yeah.
That the love of his life left him because he cheated on her. And he decided to publicly say this. And she was not happy.
Was this like an attempt to get her back?
Yes. This was him thinking she's going to see this and think this is a big proclamation. What it did
he's not wrong.
I mean, it was a big proclamation, but then apparently in the home country, people were starting to hound her then. And then she's like, I didn't ask for this attention. I didn't want this attention.
Was she an athlete?
No.
Okay. Well, that makes it worse, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, keep my name out of your mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now he won't talk about it anymore. Because, of course, that's all they want to talk about. And I really hate, another thing I really hate is how, and this probably happened when we were younger too, but I just don't remember it as much. Or maybe because what we were seeing was so much shorter. But this almost contrived rivalries that they try to bring up, like, oh, this is the big rivalry. This, if anybody can take this, we were watching speed skating yesterday. If anybody can take him down, it's this guy, and they blah blah blah, and trying to make it seem like they're enemies, but they're probably friends. Again, they probably train together. I don't know. It just feels so false. I was just fast forwarding through that kind of stuff. I'm like, I don't care. I just want to see you skate real fast on those long ass roller. Or those
I don't like those.
Blades.
I'm not impressed by that.
Really?
Yeah. Even though what's his name? That American guy's now won like 4 medals, 5, whatever it was. Jordan.
Yeah, we watched him yesterday.
I think he's from here, actually, isn't he?
He's from Kewaskum.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, and probably been training since he was 8 at the Pettit National Ice. That's what I was talking about. I'm not good for him. Like, I'm very happy.
Right.
I just can't watch people going around that circle. Like, I'm just like, come on, this is pretty.
I like watching the short ones. We were watching the 500 meters, so it's just 1.5 times around.
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive. And then the short track where they're all like bunched up together. That gives me anxiety.
Knowing that there's razor blades on each of their feet. And
people were falling all over the place.
I know. Wasn't there one race where the lady was like in last place and the person in first place like slipped and took out second, third, and fourth. And so
I think it happens all the time.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm skating onto the wind.
You just, honestly, sometimes you just got to stay standing, and that's all it takes. But it's pretty impressive. I enjoy the Olympics. We have been watching pretty much nothing but since they started. Because it feels like there's only every 4 years, right? For the winter.
Right.
Every 4 years, you get an opportunity to watch these kinds of events. And they're pretty cool.
Did you see the downhill skier that got his nuts hit on the got like caught between one of the flags?
Oh, no.
It was the best part. You can hear him scream. Like, so
I bet.
So he like, whoosh, 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 and then one of the skis goes right in between, and the thing just comes up and whacks him. He's like, The best part was the announcer. He's like, oh, that Frenchman. Oh, the boys took a beating on that one. Oh, and then it's showing the guy, and he's like, he's got this face, he's got his like this hurt face, and the announcer goes, "Oh, monsieur."
What's great is there are kids that were watching that will be quoting that forever. There was an Olympic game. It was Summer Olympics, and someone on the balance beam fell. And they're like, oh no, she's fallen. And there was a pause. And then the one commentator goes, on her face. And I say it all the time. So someone is going to be like, oh, monsieur. Forever.
If you can go find that clip, it is so funny. Like the announcer announcer wins the whole thing. It's like, oh, the boys took a beating on that. You see this guy's face. He's like, oh, monsieur.
That is awesome.
It was good. So
also commentary, there is no one better. There's no better team than Johnny Weir and Tara Lipinski doing
figure skating. I've not watched it.
They are.
Although I think Johnny Weir is hilarious. He's
so funny, and you know who he likes and who he doesn't based on how he does commentary. Like he called someone like middle of the road. He's a real middle of the road skater. They are so entertaining, but I think they also do a really good job of explaining to people who don't understand how, because the scoring is very different now than it used to be. And we were watching something, I don't remember even what we were watching. Oh, it was the short track speed skating. And it was very confusing. Like they had a final for the B squad. And I'm like, I don't understand why they're doing this. And I was like, you know what? Johnny and Tara would be doing a much better job of explaining this to us.
All right.
Just saying.
Well, I think we're good, right?
Yeah, I think so. So you still got some more time to catch the Olympic Games. If you've got Peacock, you can literally watch every event based. You just
That's
sort
what
through
we're doing. Yep.
Yep. It's pretty great. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Next week will also be released on Wednesday. We will not be doing the live recording. Dan's got a gig. Yesterday we weren't here because I had a colon, or not yesterday. We didn't do the live recording for this on Monday.
Right.
Because I was getting a colonoscopy. And if you are a spinner, get ready.
Guess what you get to hear about?
Guess what you get to hear about on Friday's bonus spin. That's right. If you are a spinner, you get bonus content. This week, it's going to be all about my colonoscopy.
And if you've not signed up yet, that's going to be the thing.
Get you.
Right, yeah,
I don't know what does. And to sign up, go to our website, which is stillspinningpodcast.com. That's where you can find all the information on how to do that. But we will be back next Wednesday for the regular release. It just won't be recorded live. And of course, spinners, we'll talk to you on Friday. Have a great week, everybody.